Joy, how are you?
I'm great. Good morning.
Chris Haynes just reported Kevin Durant will travel with the Warriors to Toronto for games 1 and 2. Now, you say to yourself, well, of course, but he did not travel to Houston for game 6 after the injury. He did not travel to Portland at any time with the injury. He is traveling to Toronto, which means he's getting close to playing, which means he'll probably play in the series at some point. I still contend, and I know this sounds very manipulative, I still contend if you're Kevin Durant, is it okay for me ethically to root for us to lose game 1, but you want your team to win the series? Because I still contend the best thing for Golden State and for Kevin Durant legacy is for the Warriors to lose game 1 to the Raptors. Durant feel much more needed and necessary. He puts on the cape, swoops in, they win the series, they win the next 4 games, and people go, oh, okay, see, we really were better. It's good for KD's brand. He can win a 3rd title. Everybody will be satisfied. He can go to New York or stay, and it's just good for his brand. It's good for everybody. Wouldn't you like to see a nicer ending than KD pulls a calf muscle and doesn't play the rest of the year? It's it's a good movie with a bad ending. I'd like to see us have a little better ending for Kevin Durant. I like Kevin Durant. I think he's the best basketball player this morning in the world. So I think ideally, Warriors lose game 1. KD, now seen as needed, swoops in, and they win the next 4 or 4 out of 5.
It certainly would be a better ending than him walking off the court with a calf strain. But I don't think he's going to come back this series at all.
I'm going to say he is.
I don't know. That's a tough injury to rush back from.
All right, so there's the story anyway. Chris Haynes reporting he is coming and traveling with the team to Toronto. I want to talk about this for a second. People, and I think this is, I've probably been like this in my life. I think we're all threatened by new and different. We're all like, whoa, 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 whoa. I mean, isn't it crazy we only have really 2 political parties? Like, shouldn't we have a bunch? I mean, in Europe, they just added a 3rd and it won. I mean, it's like, we just don't like new. People don't like new. I can remember the first day I worked in a newsroom in Las Vegas and they brought computers in and I had the typewriter. I'm like, these are stupid. I would like to be a dinosaur. And then about 2 days later, I'm like, wow, these things are fast. These typewriters are relics. But my initial reaction was, I like my typewriter. I don't like my new computer. It makes me learn new stuff. And Steph Curry is unique and different. I mean, he's just different. We never have a superstar that weighed 175 pounds that you can just push around. And Steph Curry's resume is amazing. He's got 3 rings, 2 MVPs in the regular season, 1 unanimous, 6-time All-Star, most threes ever in a season, part of the greatest team ever, the 73-win season, most playoff threes ever. The only thing really missing on his resume is a finals MVP, and he did have 1 great finals. He could have won it, but they give it to Andre Iguodala. But that's kind of the icing on the cake. MJ's got 6, Magic's got 3, Shaq's got 3, LeBron's got 3, KD's got 2, Kobe's got a couple. He doesn't have one. And he is favored this morning. I see that he is the favorite to win the MVP, and I'd love to see it because I think he's just a wonderful kid and a wonderful player. But it's funny about this. KD and Steph have something in common. KD is not embraced by the fans because he joined a great team, and Steph is not embraced by many of the players because they feel he needed to recruit another star. So there's this layer of disrespect both feel. And you can argue they're 2 of the top 3 players in the game. KD's not respected by fans because he had to join somebody to win a title. And Steph, a lot of players push back on Steph. There's more respect for Westbrook in the league than Steph, although Steph's a much better player because, he had to go recruit somebody. It's not what I do. Derrick Rose said, I don't have to recruit Westbrook. I'm not going to recruit John Wall. I'm not going to recruit. Steph's like, I'm all for recruiting. I watched LeBron do it. I'm for recruiting. And this is funny. It just goes to show you how threatened people are by new. Dwayne Wade is much more respected by players than Steph Curry. And Steph Curry's better than D. Wade. Steph Curry won a title and didn't have another star. D. Wade had Shaq for the first and then LeBron for the next 2. D. Wade's never been the best player on a championship team. Now, he did win finals MVP, but Shaq was the better player at the time. D. Wade was young and really talented. We also know that D. Wade, you don't think he helped recruit LeBron and Chris Bosh? Of course he did. But that doesn't stick to him like Steph Curry inviting KD in, even though it was Draymond who sent the original text to KD saying, come on over. But D. Wade never changed this game. He was just great. Steph Curry is like human automation. He's eliminating jobs. He's like those robotics going around the world. He's eliminating positions and jobs. But Steph is unique. He's not an alpha. He's new school, not old school. He wears those shoes that look like a pharmacist would wear them. He grew up with some money. He didn't have the struggle a lot of kids had. He's non-physical. He's got a game that bordered on initially weird. Who can shoot from 34 feet? Whereas D. Wade is your classic, tough, Chicago, tough neighborhood, old school, hit the deck, get in your face, almost inartistic. But Wade, we've seen Wade before. Wade is old school. And by the way, first ballot Hall of Famer, love him. But he's, we've seen his personal narrative. Grew up in a tough Chicago neighborhood, overcame it. We've seen that story. We like that story. He's tough. We like tough. He's alpha. We like alpha. Steph's just so different and so unique. Players struggle to quite get their arms around it. That's why people love Westbrook. Westbrook's got a lot of old school. I'm not recruiting anybody. I'm not friends with anybody. I hate my rivals. That is very old school. Steph's like, well, I don't hate anybody. I like everybody. I'll go recruit other people. And so just know, if you choose in life to be unique and to be a little different and to have kind of contrarian views of the world, regardless if you have 3 rings, 2 MVPs, 6 All-Star games, greatest team ever, most threes ever, there will be people that are threatened by you. Steph's resume, and he's got 5-6 years left, minimum. He could shoot until he's 50. His resume is just absurd. It's in a very unique class, and still he gets pushback. KD gets it because fans don't respect him. Steph gets it because the players don't all respect him. I will say this again. There are a lot of people listening to my show, and there are a lot of people watching this show, or will hear it on podcast or digital, Sirius XM 83. You're really, really talented. Your boss doesn't get you. I'm not speaking personally. I feel great. But I've been in situations where, I'll just tell you, I worked in Vegas, Tampa, Portland, ESPN, and Fox. Bosses got me in all but one place, and that place was Tampa. It was an old CBS. It turned into a Fox. They brought in some new outspoken people. I was one of them, and everybody else was 60 and 70, and I was this outspoken, edgy kid, kind of cocky guy. I just didn't fit. And I was like, guys, this is just not working. And there's a lot of people out there. Most of my career, it's been great. That was a rough couple years. Good people, but rough couple years with management. There's a lot of people listening to the show that feel like, God, my boss doesn't get me. I'm a little suppressed. If you're the Lakers, a story came out today, very damning about the front office, Pelinka, Magic, Genie, all that stuff, is that I believe that you occasionally find these great athletes and they're in a bad organization. Wes Welker in Miami, they just didn't get him. Patriots are like, oh, God, he's perfect. He'll be a Hall of Famer. Miami was too dysfunctional. The coaches didn't get him. By the way, Victor Oladipo, it just didn't work with Westbrook. You move him to Indiana, he's an all-star in the East. Eric Ebron, Detroit, chaotic, new coach, new coordinator, Matt Stafford inconsistent. You take Ebron, who was a bust, you put him with the highly functional Andrew Luck, Frank Reich, Chris Ballard. He was a Pro Bowler. He had 13 TDs last year. He had 11 in 4 years. This speaks to what's happening all over America, where you have these people who are super talented, but maybe they work in a company they don't fit. They have coworkers that don't get them. They have a boss or management that doesn't understand their value. And they just need a better fit. I believe Bradley Beal, this is my opinion, Bradley Beal, there's a story out today, the Lakers and the Wizards could make a Bradley Beal deal happen. The Wizards like Bradley Beal, the Lakers are considering it. Now, this has been the guy, Joy, you've been on the show. This has been the guy I've been talking about for 6 months.
You love him.
I love Bradley Beal. He is perfect for LeBron. LeBron's one of the smartest guys that's ever played this game. Very intuitive. Bradley Beal's super smart. Totally committed. Not out screwing around off in nightclubs. He's a grown-up. He's only 25. He takes care of his body. But like Victor Oladipo, like Wes Welker, like Eric Ebron, John Wall, albeit very talented, is a tougher guy to play with. John has had some maturity issues, not a classic leader, has had some injury issues, and Bradley Beal, though his career average is, 20, 22 a game, Wall got hurt, and his average went closer to 28. And then I don't think Beal and Wall have ever been as good as they should be together. Individually, I think they're both really good. Bradley Beal, this would be, and he's not like Ebron, we think a bust. He's not like Oladipo, nobody's heard of him. But I think Bradley Beal's the guy in the league that if you inserted him, there's some Ray Allen. He reminds me a little of Ray Allen, that Ray Allen was perfect with LeBron. Just perfect with LeBron. Shane Battier, perfect for LeBron. Bradley Beal's only 25, and I believe after this article today that you go get Bradley Beal, a high-functioning, smart, driven, focused kid who can shoot, sort of matters now, and you put him with LeBron, and whatever it is Washington needs, as long as you can keep one of your forwards, Kuzma or Ingram, what you do is change the narrative. Because the narrative this morning after that article on ESPN is Lakers are a grease fire. You can't send a player there. So you got to change that narrative. You got to land Beal in the next 72 hours, and everybody's like, hey, you see what's going on out there? Yeah, it's a little dysfunctional. I got LeBron and Bradley Beal, and I got Kyle Kuzma. Then just wait. Then just wait. Because that team will make the All-Star. That team will make the playoffs. LeBron, Bradley Beal, and one of those forwards, Frank Vogel, Jason Kidd, that team will make the playoffs. Then you just wait. Maybe the Anthony Davis thing, you wait till 2020. You just say, Anthony Davis, I'll stick around for you. You wait till 2020. But I don't believe you wake up this morning and cross your fingers and go, oh, my God, Kyrie Irving, Kyrie, Jimmy Butler, Jimmy. That's not a game plan. That's hope. That's not a plan. That's just praying. I got nothing against religion, but that's not a plan. A plan is, let's get Beal over here, give up a 4 pick, maybe give up Brandon Ingram, give up what we got to get, change the narrative. But I think this kid is special. I'll put my reputation on it. This is the guy, I think, and I said this 6 months ago, that's the kid I'd want with LeBron. Bigs, Bosh, Kevin Love, Tristan Thompson haven't always worked, Anthony Davis. They haven't always worked with LeBron. And the times they've worked, they've been weird. Bosh, LeBron, I mean, Chris Bosh had to give up 60% of his game. Kevin Love had to give up a lot of his game. Bradley Beal's game, you're not giving up any of it. It will flourish with LeBron. All right. I got, who we got? We got Matt Barnes around the corner. I got Rick Bucher today flying in. Nick Nurse, Reggie Bush. Don't go anywhere. Listen, running a small business takes a lot of work. And the chances are, you know your business. Maybe you're in the bakery business, but you don't know law and litigation and contract reviews. So don't worry about it. That's when you hire LegalZoom. That's what they do. Here to help. Okay? 2 million Americans have used LegalZoom to start a business with LLCs and corporation. Even after your business is set up, LegalZoom, they're to help you. Okay, again, you want to open a bakery. Do you know lease agreements? Because that will determine your profit margin. Do you understand the changing tax laws? Ever reviewed contracts before? Because that's all part of running a business too. And unless you're a lawyer, you're probably not great at it. There's a lot of costly hurdles when you're growing your business and unexpected bills to pay. LegalZoom created a business legal plan. Okay, vetted independent attorneys, tax pros available in all 50 states. Not a law firm, never has been. You're not charged by the hour here. Make your time and money work. Check out LegalZoom's business legal plan. Go to LegalZoom.com right now.